The wind howled over the endless ice, dragging snowflakes like ghosts dancing in the air. The horizon, white and boundless, concealed a silent tragedy. Among the bluish shadows of the Arctic, a polar bear wandered, dragging its enormous paws over the thin ice. It was weak, weaker than ever before, its bones pressed against its skin. Its ribs were visible beneath the thick fur, now lacking the shine of the strength it once had. Its breathing was heavy, labored. Its steps slow and trembling. Hunger was no longer just a discomfort. It was a constant pain, a void that seemed to consume it from within. For weeks, it hadn't tasted food. The ocean, once a feast of seals, was now a frozen wasteland. The ice, growing scarcer, had broken apart too soon, taking the prey with it. The bear knew it wouldn't last much longer. It felt it in its bones, in the weakness growing day by day, and yet it kept going, because stopping meant dying. The silence of the Arctic was broken only by the sound of the wind and the crackling of the ice beneath its weight. It tried to catch a scent, anything, but the smell of the frozen ocean and the snow was all it could sense. Until something different came with the breeze, something that wasn't from the sea. The bear lifted its head, its dull eyes locking onto the horizon. A silhouette, small, motionless, standing against the vast whiteness. A man. The bear stopped. Its weak heart still had enough strength to quicken. It knew what a man was, a predator. But it also knew something else. It was too weak to fight. The man also stopped. His chest rose and fell rapidly, and his hands trembled, not from the cold, but from the sight before him. He had never seen a polar bear in such a pitiful state. The once mighty king of the Arctic was now just a shadow of what it should be. Something was wrong, very wrong. The man knew polar bears were relentless hunters, but this one was no threat. It was a survivor on the verge of collapse. The bear took a hesitant step, as if unsure whether to advance or retreat. Its deep, desperate eyes met the man's. They stood there, frozen, staring at each other. The man took a deep breath. He opened his backpack without looking away. His fingers were stiff from the cold, but he kept going. He took out what he had, a piece of meat that was meant to be his dinner. It wasn't much, but it was something. Slowly he crouched and placed the food on the ice. Then he raised his hands in a gesture of surrender, stepping back. The bear hesitated. It could smell the food. Was it a trap? A test? Its hunger screamed louder than its instincts. Cautiously it took a step forward, then another. Its muscles ached. Its stomach begged. When it finally reached the food, it lowered its head and devoured it. The man watched in silence. He had never imagined that watching a bear eat could be so sad. Every bite was slow, lacking the ferocity of a healthy predator. The animal chewed as if afraid this would be its last meal. Time seemed to have stopped. The wind blew between them, but neither moved beyond what was necessary. When the last piece of meat was gone, the bear lifted its eyes. For a moment, the man felt something strange. It wasn't fear. It wasn't danger. It was gratitude. The bear did not roar, did not advance. It just stared at the man with an expression that seemed to understand. The man, unsure of what to do, simply nodded slowly. The wind picked up again, dragging more snow. The bear felt something different now. Not strength. It was still weak. But there was something new inside it. Something that told it could keep going, at least for one more day. Without hurry, it turned and walked toward the white horizon. The man stood there watching as the vastness swallowed the animal. He closed his eyes and sighed, and for the first time in a long time, he felt like he had done something that truly mattered, and so In the silence of the Arctic, two worlds crossed paths for a brief moment. The man and the bear, predators by their very nature, found something beyond the struggle for survival. A gesture of compassion, a thread of hope amidst the relentless ice. Perhaps fate brought them together at that moment, or maybe it was just chance. But for the bear, that small act meant one more day of life. And for the man, it meant the certainty that even in the face of the cold and indifferent vastness, kindness still made a difference. In the end, it was not just a meal, it was a silent pact between two souls lost in the endless white. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.